Alright, welcome to this video on how to start in Cities Skylines. So I've got quite a few games on here. I'm kind of getting bored, so I figured I'd show some other people how to play. Why have I been getting bored? Because I do the same thing over and over again, and it works really well. So, first you got to pick one of the areas to start. I do new game, and then choose one of these. Anything down here is content you have to download, and I have not downloaded those yet. So we're gonna go with any of them really. I mean, I think they're all pretty hard to mess up. So let's go with Foggy Hills. Sure, why not? No, Green Plains. Green Plains. Hills make things slightly more complicated, but it honestly doesn't matter. All right, and we're in. So you can ignore all the tutorials if you're watching this, because this is your tutorial. Dum-da-dum. So what we have here is your outside traffic connection. And you can see the arrows signs on the ground here. That goes that way, this comes this way. First thing you're going to want to do is look at, well, let's look at the menus. So the tutorial is kind of helpful. It tells you what you need to do, build some roads. But let's look at these down here. So this is where everything comes together. You want to make sure that these are all as low as possible. So it goes residential, commercial, industrial. And basically what that means is housing, shopping, and businesses. So to begin with, we're not going to have much. Now, that blue circle, the big blue circle, tells you, yeah, thank you, how much of a build area is going to be made around your road. So if I go over here, build this way, build that way, you can see that those little squares are where we can put items. All right, so I built two roads, one to the left, one to the right. And now I'm going to connect these, because if I don't connect these, there's no way that people who come in will be able to leave. There we go. Now they can leave. So that's our first road. Next, we have zoning. So we need to make it so people can enter or live in our city. And we do that with zoning. Booyah, look at that, beautiful. Now, we can go ahead and let this play out. If you go 1, 2, and 3 on the keyboard, that will change the speed of the game. So you can see, look, there's some people making housing. That was easy. And this down here is decreasing just a little bit. All right, we'll stop here. Now, these people, they want water and electricity. So if we go over here, we can see electricity and water. I would recommend to start with, you make a big old electrical plant right here. Now, just like real life, you want your houses away from your industrial. Nobody wants to live near a coal plant. Well, maybe some people do, but that's odd. And I'll put it right here for now. This will lead to a problem in that this purple area, which is your electrical coverage, they don't connect. If you had buildings here, they would connect, but since they don't, put a, what do they call that? Power line? Power line between the two. And if we hit 1 to let it go, there you go. So now that's powered. I'm going to pause it again. These people want water, which we can go to the water tab. There's one very, very important thing on here. Pumping station and water drain pipe need to go away from each other. So the pumping station goes upstream of the drain pipe. So I'll put one there, and then you put the drain pipe down here. Reason being that when you put all the poop in the water, you don't suck it up into your water supply. So this pipe right here is how you connect items. So click on that one, click on this one. Those are now connected. And now we need to connect the rest of our town. And like everything else, that blue area around there is how much it covers. So you want to be sure that you cover the most area with the least amount of pipe. Okay, if we press play on here, we're going to very quickly run into another problem. And that is that these do not have power. So press pause again. Usually I like to put a wind turbine down here if there's a good area. You can see wind turbines. The map here, this colored map, shows how much electricity they're going to produce. So 7 megawatts here and 4 megawatts over here. So this really isn't a good place for electricity. I could do it, but instead what I'll do is I'll just put some power lines between the two. And then I'll run this power line over to here. And eventually these houses are going to be built all the way down, so we won't need nearly as many power lines. I'm going to bring these houses down right now, actually. There we go. And then those power lines I just made, I can get rid of. There's a bulldozer down here that you can use to delete things. And the reason is because we're going to have houses that hopefully fill that gap real soon. So if I go to the electricity tab, come on. There we go. So that was a bit of a gamble, but that worked out just fine. So now I'll put houses on the other side. Wait for those houses to be built. Because essentially what I'm doing is I'm just bringing this power all the way over here. Now there is a lack of, if we go down here, we need commercial zones and residential, or not residential, industrial. And those are color coded, so commercial is blue, orange is industrial. Why do I keep struggling with that word? So we'll make some industrial stuff here, why not? Now, this is where strategy comes into play, because you want to make sure traffic flows as well as possible. If traffic doesn't flow, people get angry and your city doesn't grow. So for now, we're going to put one-way streets. Just like that. Reason being, we don't have highways yet. So what we want to do is we want to put the biggest street we can here. And I messed that up. That should be bigger. So if you go over here, you can upgrade road. Upgrade road. Ooh, watch how much money you have. Yeah, we'll just do a small upgrade for now. That's a big upgrade. That's a two-way. Gosh darn it. So every time you do this, you're wasting money. You know, if you're me, you're wasting money. Alright, we'll stick with the normal road. It's good enough for now. Eventually we're going to upgrade this whole thing to like interstate. Alright. So we're good on there, but we want some residential. Now, how do you get residential? Well, same way you do anything else. Bring that there. And then we say, man, did I say residential? I meant commercial. Ugh. Commercial. Boom, right there, right there. Make sure they have water. They do. And their electricity will be fine because it's right next to it. All right, and I want to make sure this electricity hopped across the highway area. Now, we want more, just more everything. Isn't that the way it goes? So this is a pretty good starting kind of layout in general. It's just making it tee off from the center, because eventually we're going to make this all interstate, and then these will be overpasses. But for now, this is good enough. Okay, let's go look at some information here. We have traffic tab. That's one of the first things we have available. So So I'm gonna make this go turbo speed and we're gonna look at some traffic. Traffic is okay everywhere. You can see the road down here is busy, but that's not our problem. So what we want to do, this is the advanced skills, is we're going to make the roads that feed into here are going to be stop signs. Doop, stop. Think about like a real highway. The reason being is that these have priority. The main road has priority. All right, so we've satisfied the demand for industrial and, oh, what do they call it? Commercial. Now, we need more residential because people said, hey, look, this is a good place to move into. And we're going to do that by getting rid of these to begin with, because that'll open it up for more zoning right there. Whoops. All right. And we'll bring this road down just a hair more. Hopefully that doesn't make our whole town lose their electricity. It did, but now we're back. So that was not a big problem. And then we just keep bringing these out as we go. There we go. These being these offshoots from the main. Now everybody wants to work here, so we have to build some more land. And now you keep growing this whole city just like it is here, where you bring the main lines out and you branch off from there, and then eventually we'll make this an overpass, but we need a little bit more money probably. So, oh, there we go. We reached a population of 500. So we have landfills and medical clinics. Great. I am going to bring this down a little further. Bring this back a little further. And trying to decide if we should do an overpass yet or not. Should we? Yeah, let's do it. So this will be our first overpass. What this allows is traffic to go under without having to stop, which is a huge help. So we're going to make it a medium road because eventually this road is going to get really popular. Now, bring that over, hit page up. Oh no, it doesn't work. All right, just like that. So I might have messed this up a little bit, but we are going to roll with it. So this is what I would call stage 2 of the building, in that we're going to have everything come off of this main overpass now. So this crap, we're done with that. We are making bridges galore. There we go. All right, just like that. Now, anyone who comes in or out of the town needs to go through this overpass, which will make it a little crowded to begin with. It'll make the traffic kind of bad, but that is acceptable. Oh boy, see that? See all the electrical signs that just popped up? That's because we cut off the power. Whoopsie. There we go. Give them their power back, they'll be happy. Okay. This area over here is real tight. I wish I had more industrial area, but that's okay. You generally don't need that much, whoops, industrial. So we'll add a little more here. Man, I'm just knocking out all kinds of industrial crap, aren't I? And we're gonna do something. So remember that we leveled up over there, and what that gave us is these extra things. We have garbage and medical and libraries, but people care a lot about garbage, turns out. So let's get them that first. Now garbage you want to make close to the main road so that it can get to everything. This is why traffic's so important. Because if traffic was really complicated, this green down here would not be green because they wouldn't be able to reach it. Alright. We have a medical center here for people who are so inclined. And if you're in America, have insurance and all that stuff. Oh, what am I at? Oops. Okay. So we have the trash cans. And look, you can see the garbage trucks. So let's go over some fun stuff. If you click on a vehicle and you pause the game, you can click on this to see where he's going. You can see he's going to that house up there. Boop, loads up, and then he comes back.